This is a very important program, and in fact, it's a state-level awareness program, but it's also the formal launch of the UNNATI Scheme. We've been hearing a lot about it, and I know our entrepreneurs are genuine entrepreneurs and business community. They have also been looking forward to the new scheme. We had every 5 years in the past, the ministry, government of India has been making special Northeast industrial schemes, and the last one ended in 23 March, and for 1 year we waited for this, and finally the UNNATI Scheme was announced in March 24. I'm not going to get into UNNATI because we have experts. We have officials from NETFI, very important, another very important stakeholder here in order to make this program a success. So I'm not really going to get into the UNNATI Scheme, which the other experts will take you through over the day. But there are a few points that I wanted to share with you because, like I mentioned, this is the most people present here are the most important stakeholders. We also thought it's an inaugural, maybe we should do it in a big way, have hundreds and hundreds of guests come over and launch this in a very big way. But again, the department we decided just doing poems and shows and not making an impact is useless. Better have the best people, the people who matter the most, invite them, have a very thorough deliberation with them, and make sure that this program and this scheme is a successful one. 2023 March, it was launched, and then though we have not had a formal program as such, the department has already conducted few awareness program already in the past, and we have also had a lot of response, good response in terms of participation. But what has been worrying us is, though the participation is in large number, the registration is very low. So we don't know why our people are not interested to register, why our people are not interested to know more about it. That is also a issue of concern for the department. But nevertheless, with the formal launch, we hope that it will do well. Out of so many, it's for the Northeast, like we all know, and we get to know that Assam has almost 100 registered. So far, I think Nagaland has about 9, which our director just informed me. That is not good enough. Recently, last month, Honorable Chief Minister and both of us had called on the Union Minister of Industries and Commerce, Minister Piyush Goyal, and he was also, apart from so many other issues that we were discussing, he really wanted to make sure that the department and the government makes sure that UNNATI is availed. This opportunity is availed by our business community and our entrepreneurs. Just to put things into perspective, I have few numbers that I want to share with our very important people here. Main stakeholders, I want to keep on repeating this because all of you sitting here are people who are generating resources through your businesses. So in short, you are wealth creators. Every one of you running a business is employing at least one, if not many. I know of many businesses which is hiring more than, giving employment to more than 100 people also. So you're not only wealth creators, but also job givers. So very important people for the state. Taking you to the state's budget. We have heard during the assembly, people talk about the budget, but we forget about this. But I want to share this with you because unless you understand why you are important, it's just, I want you to not think that it's only about me and my business. But I want every important person sitting here to think that it's not just about me getting rich and maybe helping some few people getting employed, but remember the future of the state also rests on your shoulders. So you have to really make sure that you understand these numbers also. So when you look at the numbers, we see that for 24-25, the budget for the state has been capped at 23,978 crores. 23,978 crores is our state budget. Now out of this, I'm going to just share in a very simple terms so that you understand more easily. For non-development expenditure. Non-development expenditure are mostly salaries and pensions. So out of this, 51% of our budget goes towards salaries and pension. Now we have debt servicing. Like we have loans from the RBI. There's so many loans that we also take for projects and programs. There we spend 24% of the total budget. 51 for non-development expenditure. For debt servicing, 24%. And then we have only 25% left for development, for the real development. But out of that 25% again, the power purchase alone, every year we are spending about 600 crores with no revenue coming back. As we all know, the plight of the power sector, which we are all equally to be blamed. So when you look at this, then we really do not have anything left for development. Now, when we're talking of economy, and that's when we're coming to economy. When we're talking of economy, it is our local entrepreneurs, it's our entrepreneurs who has to build the economy of the state. Most of the time, we blame the government. I, for one, a year and a half back, I was also on the other side of the fence. And many a time, we always look at the government as the biggest culprit of why Nagaland is not growing or why our people are not growing. Yes, I do admit they are also, the government is also not perfect, but it has to be a joint effort of the community, the public and the government to make sure that our state is growing. Also, we are very, very dependent on the center for our funds, which we all know. And sometimes, we really have to go with a begging ball to Delhi. The government has to go there, and that's how somehow we are surviving. But when you look at the nearest Assam, yes, because of its plain, because of its historically more advanced than us. But when you look at Guwahati, compare Guwahati and Dimapur. Guwahati is not Guwahati because of the government pumping in money. Guwahati is Guwahati because of the thriving business community, of the thriving business culture, the entrepreneurs. Guwahati is what it is. It's made by the business community. So likewise, I want to request our business community here, please make sure that you don't look at it only for your own benefit. I'm sure many leaders here also representing other business communities, so I'm sure you're not thinking of that, but I really want to let you, again, through this program also, let you, once you walk out of this, really take the responsibility again head on, that there's a lot that we need to do, the private sector need to do also. The other thing is, for example, net fees here. Later our Richa Saab will explain everything to you. From my small example, I remember a couple of years back, I was part of UNNATI, so we used to see how we can help young people and the business community. So we used to go to net fee almost every month. We used to go to Guwahati, talk to the CMD, and we used to be so frustrated. But at the same time, we got to know also that there was a business house, a business company, net fee was running after them to take loan. Net fee was after that company to do business with them. Whereas here we are going, and they were not too sure whether they wanted to do business with net fee or not, because they had other opportunities. For us here, we are so angry, we're doing so much, but net fee is not even, this CMD has been very partial. They're not even looking at Nagaland. They're not even trying to help Nagaland entrepreneurs. So that's the concept. That's how we start thinking. But later we got to know, when we approach banks, especially banks, when we're working with financial institutions, they are not there like a government to do welfare work. Net fee means business. Financial institution means business. Mr. Richard, correct me if I'm wrong. It's business. when they already know, when you come with a business concept or a business proposal, the financial institution knows whether that business is going to work or not. And most importantly, which I'm sure many of you here have crossed that hurdle, is our compliances. Naga way of doing business, we all know. We are working with different entrepreneurs, very cushy type. We have nothing in record, but when we approach financial institutions like NetFee or XYZ, the other banks, they will see your documents. They have to make sure how much ever great idea we may have, how much ever we try to prove to the financial institution or to other business, potential business partners. Just because you can talk and you have great ideas, that does not convert into business. You have to make sure all these compliances are put in place. I'm really happy to say that Department of Industries and Commerce, we have the startup division, and under the startup initiative, we have about 5 incubation centers, and through that 5 incubation center, we have about 80 plus small businesses that have registered as private limited company. Like when we came into the scene a couple of years back, private limited, we can't even imagine. So we encourage that if you want to do serious business, if you want to compete with the rest of the country or even, the entire world, unless you are a private limited company, it becomes difficult. You have to have a legal entity, and that's the way to go. And then you can also avail so many other benefits that is given by the government as well. So about 80 plus, but just because you tell them to register as a private company, that's not the thing. You go through a process, which many of you know. So slowly, Nagaland, the entrepreneurial culture and the business community, slowly it is coming up, and we are really happy. The department, we are here to support you. That's our job. The job of the department is not to do business, but to support and facilitate whatever we can to help our business community. So I want all of you to feel free. Please don't think things have changed now, even in the department. With times, different type of narratives happen, and so our Department of Industries and Commerce, we are ready. The officers are ready. Under our director, we have a very proactive and dynamic director, Mr. Dokara, and all the other officers. They are ready because we keep on telling ourselves, we keep on having series of meetings, and we keep on telling ourselves that our existence, our very existence, and the existence of this department is for the public. So we are trying our best from our side. Please feel free, in whatever way we can support you, please reach out. I want to make sure that this UNNATI, Assam, we can't compete with them now. I mean, we have to be practical, but apart from Assam, I really hope this scheme, at the end of this scheme, we can be amongst the 8 Northeastern states, we can be in the top 3. And that is how aggressively the department is also pushing. And I want all of you, whoever's part of this program today, to listen, to learn as much as possible, and also implement it yourself, and also make sure that you're spreading this awareness to your other friends and colleagues, people from the village, wherever they may be. So please spread this news also, and make sure that you avail this scheme. I'm also, from my own little way, I'm also urging my colleagues, my MLAs, all the 60 of them. I keep on telling them that আমি খান কোতে পৰা পইচা হইকে নকৰি থাকিব, নিজৰ লাগাবি একটা stable business থাকিব লাগে, family business থাকিব লাগে। এটো কাৰণে all of you, please encourage your son or your brother or your sisters or your daughters or someone to avail this scheme, because this has got nothing to do with political. People who are genuine will get this benefit. There is no political push, nothing. No recommendation, nothing. Recommendation is not going to work. Any type of political push and pull is not going to work. Only genuine entrepreneurs and business are going to benefit out of this. So with this, I thank all of you. I wish you all the very best. We are always, like mentioned, we are always there for you. So please, you're most welcome. The GMs of different districts are also here. They're here to learn. So please spread the news and make sure that we are Nagaland stands top 3 when this scheme ends. Thank you very much and God bless.